Hello and what is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and as you may have noticed, this is not LEGO expansion gameplay. However, the reason that this is not LEGO expansion gameplay is because I did not realize that they were actually going to be releasing later than the update, and I was planning on recording the LEGO expansion right when the season changed, because I thought that was when the expansion was coming out, and because really and truly, after I would have recorded it, I would have had to go out of town. And so, with that being said, you guys will be getting LEGO expansion gameplay on the channel tomorrow, of course, along with the live stream on Mixer. But since I was not able to record it today, I wanted to go over some cars that are LEGO Speed Champions cars that I think belong in the game as soon as possible. So what we're going to be going over is cars that are available as LEGO Speed Champions cars, but cars that I think would actually fit really, really well into the environment of the LEGO expansion in Horizon 4. Now, the first one we're going to be taking a look at here is the 1970 Dodge Charger along with the Dodge Demon set. Now, I think that this would be right at home in really Forza Horizon 4 in general, but it would be right at home especially in the LEGO Speed Champions expansion because of the fact that we have the drag strip. I mean, this would literally fit perfectly. There's no way that this wouldn't fit. Now, and I know from personal experience and from how some of the videos on my channel have done, you guys and the Forza seems to be like the Forza people in general and the Forza Horizon 4 user base really likes the Demon, and he really likes the Charger, and really likes muscle cars in general. And I think because muscle cars really do appeal to a certain, they appeal to a certain, fantasy of having 1,000,000 horsepower in, the idea of having not an actual literal 1,000,000 horsepower, but the feeling of having unlimited horsepower and just looking crazy aggressive and just being able to blast down a drag strip. I would say faster than everything else, but the thing is, most of the time these two end up actually being kind of slow, but not in real life. But in Horizon 4, if you get pulled up next to by a first-gen Civic and you're in a Demon, you're gonna lose. But with all that being said, though, I think this would be a really cool pair to have in the game, and I think as a LEGO pairing, it would be a really logical choice, and it's definitely something that I think the community would really be happy about. Another one that's a little bit more in-depth is the Ferrari Ultimate Garage. Now, the Ferrari Ultimate Garage comes with 3 cars, as well as a few different, set pieces, basically. But it comes with a 250 GTO, 488 GTE, and historic 312 T4. Now, these 3 cars would, first of all, they would be an absolutely amazing addition to the racetrack near the festival. And they would also make an amazing addition to the game in general. I mean, like a 488 GTE car. I mean, like that, I would spend a lot of time in that. But I know there's a lot of people that would spend a lot of time in the 250 GTO. And of course, we also don't know yet what the LEGO Barn Find is, at least as of when I'm recording this video. I don't know what the LEGO Barn Find is. So it may be something on that list. I doubt it, but it could be, but like I said, I highly doubt it. But I definitely think that this would be a worthy addition. And again, I think they could make really good use of that racetrack with this pack. I mean, I would love to race a pack of LEGO Ferraris around a racetrack in a LEGO world. I mean, I think that would be an absolute blast to do. And I think it would be a blast to just take these throughout the world, but I think it would add to the idea of having some LEGO circuit race cars that that are kind of there for that dedicated track. You know what I mean? The reason why that 488 GTE, for example, would be good here is literally because of that racetrack, and I think it would really give that racetrack a little bit more purpose, and I feel like it would give the racetrack a little bit more meaning, because that way, again, we would have a proper race car for a proper racetrack. Now, next up, you guys all know this one. You've probably seen it at this point, the Camaro ZL1 race car. Now, I feel like there's a high chance of this making it into the game at some point. I would not be at all surprised if it comes in, because it's very, very, I feel like this would suit the expansion perfectly. I mean, it's very much like stock car style, but you could still take it around a road course, which is what we have in the game. But we also have an oval, and so this being in the game would really actually make a lot of sense, because you could run these on the oval, and then you could run like the Ferrari 488 GTE around the road course, or the 312. You could run a lot of these cars in different scenarios on the racetrack. And I love the fact that the LEGO Speed Champions collections in general actually have a lot of focus on race cars, and the fact that they have a lot lot of focus on race cars kind of makes me hopeful that we're going to see more race car styled vehicles come into the LEGO expansion. I think that not only is that a good thing and not only is that exciting for Horizon in general, but again, if that's foreshadowing for anything coming later on in the future in a Horizon game, then that's huge because, again, if we get later on down the line, if we get to the point to where we can drive to a, just drive to a racetrack, do a track day, and then like drive back home to our house, that would be incredible. Like the next level of that, the continuation of that would be if in a Forza Horizon game, we could take a pickup truck with a trailer, load our car on the trailer, drive it to a racetrack, do a track day or a time attack or whatever, load it back up on the trailer and drive it home. I don't know if that would ever happen in a Forza game, or if it would ever happen in a LEGO-related Forza game. I don't know if that would ever happen in a Forza game at all, but if it would, that would absolutely just, that would make it for me. Like, that would be the ultimate for me. Like, if they could do that, that would be the ultimate for me. Because think about it. You could have your tow rig and your drift car and then your track car, or your whole stable, really, because it's Forza and you're going to have a million of everything. But that would be a scenario that I could see working in both realistic terms and LEGO terms. The 68 Mustang is definitely another favorite of mine, although I will say it's not quite as far up there for me as the ZL1 race car or the Ferrari set, but it's definitely one that I can see a lot of people identifying with, and because a lot of people have a connection to the Mustang in general. I mean, it's one of the best-selling American cars of all time. I mean, it makes sense that a lot of people would have a connection with it, but I think in relation to LEGO, I think the Mustang would probably lend itself a little bit more to the older audiences, whereas maybe the ZL1 race car would lend itself a little bit more to the younger audiences, and maybe I'm wrong on that, but I feel like since the ZL1 is a newer car, it's gonna be a little bit more well-known by the younger crowd that plays with Legos, because it's either you're gonna have, like, in my opinion, at least from what I see, you're gonna have either like younger kids or you're gonna have like older adults, but like kind of like that. There's definitely an in between there. That the in between is usually the section that goes, I don't like the LEGO expansion. At the end of the day, though, I think the 68 Mustang would definitely be a worthwhile addition. And last but certainly not least, the set that I would personally like to see come into the game more than any other set is the Speed Champions 911 RSR and Turbo 3-liter combo. Now, I'm a big fan of Porsche. I've always been a big fan of Porsche, especially the classic 911s and the Porsche race cars. And this is kind of a combination of those two put together that I think would be just a brilliant way to introduce Porsche into the LEGO expansion in general. Because as we've seen before, Forza has a great partnership with Porsche, and I feel like if they could, if they've already got this partnership with Porsche and they've now got this partnership with LEGO, why not combine those two together and end up with a 911 RSR and a Turbo 3-liter in LEGO form? And plus, if they ended up bringing the 911 RSR and the 488 GTE, it would give them, it would give a really cool battle. It would give the 488 GTE something to race against and vice versa. So I think it would be a really cool addition, not just for that reason, but I think in general, I would love to see the Porsches more than anything else. That's just my personal opinion, but if they added anything, I would love to see them add this Porsche set. So all right, guys, that is going to be the end of the video, but I do want to say I do apologize that there isn't LEGO gameplay on the channel today. I know I promised there would be Let's Play episodes today. However, scheduling changed and life happened as it sometimes does, and rest assured there will be LEGO content starting on Friday and, of course, throughout the weekend on the channel. So make sure you stay tuned for all of that, along with Stock versus Tuned, and I will see you guys next time. Talk to y'all later.